Travelling to Rome recently was the first result of our decision this year that I wasn't going to fly, so it meant quite a long train journey, or rather quite a quick train journey to Paris and then a very leisurely journey overnight down to Rome. I found that actually having to think about how to travel in Europe a bit more slowly was very helpful in itself. I realised not flying for a year isn't going to change the world, but at least it might be a reminder for some people that it's possible to travel without always using air flights. And personally, I found the leisure of a long train journey, time to read and sleep and pray a bit, was really very valuable. The main point of going to Rome this year was to take part in a seminar between Christians and Muslims in a series called Building Bridges, which has been going every year since 2002. And the point of it has not been to produce high-profile statements or communiques, but just to allow a smallish group of Christian and Muslim scholars to spend time together, watching one another and listening one another, reading each other's holy books, dealing with matters of common concern, matters about the society we live in, but also just getting to understand better how each other works. I've sometimes talked about this as an exercise in watching somebody else's face when it's turned towards God. And the relatively small size of the group and the intimacy that we've developed over the years has really helped us to go beyond the surface here. So that's been quite an important thing. So a few days of that near Rome at a wonderful place called Palazzola in the Alban Hills, but framed by some visits in Rome itself and by the installation of David Richardson as the new representative of the Archbishop of Canterbury in Rome. For quite a few years now, there's been a tradition that the head of the Anglican Centre in Rome should also be the personal representative of the Archbishop and the Church of England and the Anglican Communion to the Holy See, to the Pope. So it was an opportunity not only to install David Richardson from Australia as our new director in Rome, he's been Dean of St Paul's Cathedral in Melbourne for some years, but also to go around with David to introduce him to people in Rome and see what doors we could open for his future work. We're hoping very much that he'll go on building friendships and relationships in Rome that'll help us in the years to come. And he comes with a very formidable and very impressive CV, a lot of experience of work between churches, and a lot of sensitivity to the quite difficult questions that now face us as Anglican and Roman Catholic churches. I was also privileged on this visit to have a brief personal conversation with the Pope, where we were able to exchange some views on the issues around interfaith dialogue that are very much on both our agendas, and also to hear a bit about how the Pope had found his recent visit to the United States. And because we both used to teach theology, we always tend to talk a little bit about theology and the technicalities of it and the excitements of it. So a long week and a hard week with a lot of meetings, a lot of engagements and responsibilities, but both in the Christian-Muslim conversations and in the conversations in Rome itself, a wonderful opportunity to deepen relationships and to build trust, which I think is one of the major aims of all these trips.